Well, hey there, folks. I'm meteorologist Matt Barentine. What a pretty nice day that we got going here for Wednesday. It's going to be hot, but it won't be all that terribly humid. We're also continuing to remain dry, which I think eventually is going to start creating some of its own issues in time because we're going to be dry for a while. So here's the setup. The mugginess is all kind of confined to Central and South Florida. We're in a nice air mass right now with much lower humidity and feeling pretty good. You can really see that here on the water vapor loop. This is where the satellite's looking down through the atmosphere and it's seeing where the dry air is at, generally in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere. And some of this works its way down to the surface where we are, and that's why we have lower dew points. Dew points are a measure of moisture in the air. The lower they are, the lower the humidity is for us, and that's what we're seeing here over the next several days. We're going to have low humidity, good dew points, low humidity, and feeling pretty comfortable. So this is like, it's still going to be hot. We're still going to be in the 90s here the next several days, solidly in the 90s with our temperatures, but we're not going to add a heat index so much on top of that, only a couple degrees higher with the heat index. So that's the difference the lower humidity makes, and that's the difference between a run of hot weather in September and a run of hot weather in August or a run of hot weather in July. It's just more bearable in September because generally, like what we're seeing, it's a bit drier, less humid. It just takes the edge off of it, really, is what it does. It's still hot. I just had this Futurecast run while I was talking and shows a whole bunch of nothing. We're not expecting any rain out there today. Should be a quiet day. It'll be a hot day once again, right around 90 this afternoon. Plenty of sunshine mixed with a few clouds, but plenty of sunshine, and once again dry conditions here across the area. Here's those highs: 90 in Mobile, 88 Pensacola, 90 Evergreen, 91 Leakesville, 90 in Calvert, 89 Atmore. So there's all those temperatures. So kind of get those in your head for a second. Now I'm going to factor in the humidity on top of that with the heat index, and you can see barely a change. We go from 90 to 92 in Mobile. We go from, 88, 89 in Pensacola to 91. So barely a change. That's because, once again, just not that humid. That doesn't add when you're not that humid, you don't have much of a heat index. It's all part of the formula. Your evening planner, if you've got some things to do tonight in your Wednesday evening, maybe your kids have a practice or something like that, looks good out there. Temperatures will be in the 80s and dropping off into the 70s. Here's something else that's pretty important. Be careful if you're headed to the beach. We've got red flags flying at most of our local beaches here today. Stay out of the water. It's dangerous. It's been really rough yesterday and today. Now, the good news is just give it a day because things get better in the next several days, and we have low rip current risk through the end of the week and on into the weekend. So just give it some time. Don't risk it. Give it a day or two. Same deal with the boating. It's rough out there. Small craft advisory. This will start improving as probably by late this afternoon. The winds will start coming down. Things will start improving. So give it a day. You'll be good to go. In the tropics, we're good to go here. Nothing to worry about in the tropics. So that is lovely to say, especially at this time of year. It's been pretty incredible. The conditions across the tropical Atlantic have been pretty hostile to tropical systems, and we just aren't seeing any form, which is great news. Here's your long-range forecast. That's the 7-day. In fact, I want to go ahead and put up the full 10-day, next week and a half, because I really wanted to show you that there's no changes as we go through the middle of September. We're going to be hot. We're going to be above average for our temperatures in the 90s here. No rain chances that I have for the next week and a half. So that's going to be an issue over time here. The other issue, is hot. It's going to be hot. Now, the thing is, this kind of heat isn't the same as August or July, right? Because of the lower humidity, but it'll still be hot. No doubt about it. Fall still is not in sight just yet. This is, we can kind of feel summer winding down a bit because, once again, we have this lower humidity. But with these hot temperatures, we're still not there yet. It's going to take a while before we get into the real fall feel of things here across the area. So that's what it looks like next week and a half. I hope you have yourself a wonderful day. We'll catch up with you soon.